Cassandra, I'm reading your blog here that's called The Right to Live Freely. First of all, what is all of this? If all of this is the address for that one little image, uh, perhaps there's a better way to give credit to that particular image, because that just looks like a mess and really it takes away from the beginning of your blog here. When we get to the blog, there are several problems that I see, particularly grammatical and mechanical problems. This second sentence says, but it seems like people today have forgotten all about that. You should never begin a sentence with a coordinating conjunction. If you do so, you must place a comma after the coordinating conjunction to show that you know why you're doing this. We seem to be giving up our freedom left and right just because bad things happen to those around us, I suppose, is your topic. And you've told us that Thomas Paine fought against slavery, but you haven't given us a Thomas Paine quote that you're jumping off of. So remember, that was part of the assignment, to start with Thomas Paine's words and then go to your connection. You haven't done that exactly here. And then you go down to this next paragraph. So let's look at what you have to say about gun control. Here, gun control should not be capitalized. Gun shouldn't be capitalized at all. There's no reason to capitalize that. With all these shootings that are happening around the United States, the government wants stricter regulations on gun control. Here, you didn't capitalize gun control. And government here does not need to be capitalized. In this next paragraph, you've done the very same thing, but should not begin a sentence unless you put a comma after it. What they don't seem to realize is if criminals followed all the rules, they wouldn't be considered criminals now, would they? Who are they? This is an ambiguous pronoun. Are you talking about the government? Are you talking about the people in America who are giving up their freedoms? It's very confusing. If someone wants to hurt a group of people, they will find a way. There's a pronoun agreement error. Is it one person or more than one? And you should have a comma here. Just because someone can't buy his or her own what doesn't mean that they won't steal one. Lots of grammatical errors. These happen throughout this essay. You almost every sentence has some kind of problem. So you really need to be sure that you proofread very, very carefully. There is no video, there's no audio, there's no multimodal aspect to this particular essay. There's no specific information here, just your opinions based on broad general statements, but nothing that shows research into 3 different sources. Here you say, Thomas Paine argued that people from his lifetime didn't need to forget about the importance of their freedom, and I believe this message should ring loud and clear today. Our freedom is a vital part of our day-to-day lives, and we don't ever need to forget that. Those are good statements. Both of them need commas before the coordinating conjunction. But you can't just make broad statements in these blogs. They're based on research, requiring at least 3 sources to get the A. There's a multimodal aspect that's required, and careful editing is required. So for this particular essay on the right to live freely, your grade will be a 60.